Hi, and thanks so much for opening up this video. I am here today with Kat Barrett from Oral-B, and we have a little bit of news to share with you. And I thought that it just would make more sense to hear it in conversation with Kat. So, welcome, Kat. We're so glad that you're here and joining us today. And what news do you have to bring us today?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I am here because we are having a price increase on our manual toothbrushes as of February 1st.
Great.
And it's a pretty big increase. So really what I wanted to share was kind of the reasoning behind it. And a big part of it is that Procter and Gamble, Crest and Oral-B know that we can get patients healthy when they're using an electric toothbrush. And they're so committed to this that they want to create change in the market.
Mm.
So, working with Tracy, she will be able to tell you your new pricing, but we do have some options in terms of how we can help you through this change.
Yeah. Um, so I'm a big fan of your power brushes. We've talked extensively about that, and I won't go into too much detail, but your IO brush is literally the best brush I have ever put in my mouth. I have actually seen gum regeneration in my own experience, and when I was admittedly a skeptic at first. So this is really a change that I'm excited about, just this transition from brushes to toothbrushes. But Kat, can you tell us how Oral-B plans to support customers during this transition?
Yeah, so we actually, in terms of customers who are giving away the manual toothbrushes, those will still be available. It's the full bundle that is having the big price change to it. So one of the things that I think is great is it's really opening up the conversation to have with patients, to have this personalized, customized conversation. What type of brush are you using at home? And if they are using a manual toothbrush, by all means, you can give them a manual toothbrush. But there's so many patients out there using electric toothbrushes that why not reward them? So one thing that I think is a great solution is giving out full-size tubes of paste. And you offer them for such a discount off of retail. They're going to work out to be about $1.70.
Mm-hmm.
And your patients will walk into Shoppers and see that they're $8 at Shoppers. And when we think of the reasoning behind giving out these manual brush bags is kind of because it's always been done. And patients have this expectation that when they go into the dental office, they're going to leave with something. And I don't want to take that away from them. Absolutely, they should leave with something, but leaving with something that they need and that they'll use is really important. So if you think going to a full size tube of paste is kind of interest, what I love about it is that it's a value. Again, your patients are going to retail seeing it's $8. It becomes like a gift from the office versus this like free expectation. To be honest, most patients think that everyone gets all of those products for free from us. And so there's no value to it anymore. It's just that expectations that patients have. The office gives it out every single time. And quite honestly, most patients manual toothbrush. They're keeping them for sleepovers, maybe keeping them for travel. I've heard other things they're keeping them for too. So why are you paying for those brushes when you can give them something? And truthfully, a full-size tube of paste helps to continue that conversation. If you're already promoting using an electric rechargeable brush in the office, why not continue that and support that conversation versus giving them something opposite?
Yeah, and it's really funny because when you and I spoke about this beforehand and you made that suggestion, I couldn't help but think about Halloween when I was a kid. And you knew the places that were giving out full-size chocolate bars. In fact, everybody knew who gave out full-size chocolate bars because it was so much more than the little tiny bits. And even though you might have gotten more chocolate bars, in the handful than you did in the full size. We just all wanted those full size. So I actually think it's a pretty great suggestion. Um, so with that, can you share insights on how power toothbrushes provide better oral health outcomes compared to manual ones?
Absolutely. So we're finding that only about 20% of Canadians use an electric toothbrush. So there is room to grow that. But we're still seeing about 95% of patients have gingivitis. So we do need to make a change. And that's why this is kind of exciting. We get to be the people pushing this change because we really want patients to get healthy. And with the new Oral-B iO toothbrush, the clinicals behind it are that 100% of patients move from having gingivitis to healthy in just 12 weeks. When you can provide a tool to your patients that can get them healthy at home, it can take care of them 360 days of the year. They're only coming to see you maybe 4 times a year. So it's nice when you have that to offer your patients. And as you know, like dental offices who want to bring in the brush bundles, they get them for cheaper than at retail. And so they can have their patients purchase them through them for cheaper than at retail. And that's so nice. And I want patients to go on Amazon. I want them to go on Shoppers. I want them to see that the dental offices are giving them the best offer. And I think it's important because there's value in that. And with that 100% return to healthy claim, your patients tie that back to the office. And so this office gave me full service and I got this great brush. You're looking for a new dentist? You should come to my dentist because they have everything.
Yeah, and I mentioned earlier about my health restoration that I've had. I For Christmas this year, I actually gave both of my kids one of these toothbrushes. I've tried giving them electric toothbrushes in the past without any success. And I will tell you that these two young 20-year-olds are absolutely raving about the Oral-B brush. They know their mouth feels different. So anything that is going to put this brush into more people's hands, I am all for it. But let's come back to the affordability concerns for the customer giveaway. Now, you did provide a great option, Kat, and I appreciate that so much. Do you have any other recommendations to address the affordability concerns for customer giveaways?
So I think that what's great about Henry Schein is there is a house brand of brushes. So if offices wanted to offer that, we can put together a bundle that is your brush and then still the sample size paste and floss. Our sample size paste is $16.36 for a case of 36.
Yeah.
And then you can buy the floss on its own as well. And then again, we're asking patients exactly what they need and what they'll use at home. You're not just giving like a cookie cutter model to every single person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you for that, Kat. Is there anything else that you would like to say that maybe we haven't talked about yet today?
Yeah, I wanted to add in terms of affordability, we're actually decreasing the price of the iO brush heads. So really, again, trying to promote that technology. They were $11.99 before. Now they're going to be $8.99 for offices. So a nice thing, a reward for your patients to come in and pick that up when they're in the office. I've seen them as high as $25 at retail. So it's nice you can become the like one-stop shop for
Absolutely.
patients.
And that keeps people coming back into the office to get those brush heads from you. And it improves the recall that you're getting from your patients that are on this iO system. And yeah, it sounds like bad news, but it's really good news. And I'm really quite excited that Oral-B is taking the hard stance on this because I will tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to stand up and say, hey, you know what? This thing that we've always sold, we are just putting it aside because we don't believe that it's in the best interest of the people that we serve or the people that the people we serve, if that makes any sense.
Exactly. I feel the same way. Thanks so much. It's really exciting to lead the charge. It's change is hard, but this is a really good change.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Thank you so much, Kat. I appreciate your time today. And if anybody has any questions, I will put your contact information as well as mine in the comments so that that they can talk to either of us if they have any additional questions.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me, Tracy.
Thanks, Kat.